There's a certain rhythm to faking it, a cadence to knocking on drywall, to whispering urgent nonsense into a microphone, knowing the cameras are rolling and the producer wants chills, even if the only thing cold in these houses is yesterday's air. Marcus had built his career this way. A breeze here, a shadow there, a girl in makeup crawling across the floor. Sometimes he wondered if anyone believed his show Ghostly Truths, but the ratings stayed steady. This house was supposed to be more of the same. The client, a tired woman with wild eyes, met him at the curb. She'd watched every episode, whispered that she hoped he could help her. He had nodded, all practiced sympathy, even as he jotted production notes in his head. Creaking doors, flickering lights, maybe a staged EVP in the kid's old closet. The crew set up in the entryway. Marcus wandered alone with his borrowed EMF meter, waving it along the plaster walls, feigning concern as he clicked his tongue into the recorder. The crew would dub a voice into the static later, a garbled "help me" or "get out," whatever tested well. Upstairs, he passed an old mirror. For a moment he thought he caught a smear of movement behind him, but shrugged it off. Later, as midnight thickened, he staged the main event. The cameras rolled. He sat cross-legged in the shadowy nursery, pretending to commune, voice solemn, waiting for the tech to blink the lights. But the lights didn't flicker by design. Instead, there was a sharp chemical coldness, like a hospital corridor, radiating from the center of the room. Marcus's practiced patter faltered. The shadows in the corners felt too close, pooling like old oil around the skirting boards. He tried to signal cut, but his voice snagged in his throat. The crew just beyond the doorway peered in, confused, but didn't intervene. In their eyes, this was maybe his best performance in months. His shivers were authentic now, as the atmosphere pressed against him, a chill that gnawed into the marrow. On the baby monitor, which wasn't plugged in, a thin metallic lullaby began, notes skipping like scratched vinyl, syllables that had no language Marcus knew. He tried desperately to move, to laugh it off, but his limbs went heavy, leaden. In the window he saw his reflection, saw, just behind his shoulder, the outline of a child, pale as breath, head cocked curiously. He twisted to look, but the room was empty. The air vibrated with a pressure, as though the house itself was waiting. With the cameras as silent witnesses, Marcus's own voice echoed back through the baby monitor, warped and distant, repeating words he had never spoken. "You said you could see us. Now, we'll see you." The power finally snapped off, plunging everything into blackness, but the monitor glowed on. The crew scrambled, shouting his name, but Marcus couldn't move. He felt the small icy fingers close around his wrist, tugging him into the darkness, into the old house's secret rooms, where no show had reached before. They found the cameras hours later, footage looping the nursery, empty, except for the reflection. In the glass, Marcus stood forever in the dusty corner, a pale child holding his hand, waiting to see who else would come.